It's SEMA week, so you'd think I'd be at the Las Vegas Convention Center, but I'm not. I'm out in the desert, and that's the reason why. Behind me, I'm not pointing in the right direction, but that is a built Bronco, SEMA Bronco, for our friends over at Panda Motorworks and Diode Dynamics, which we'll talk about some of the stuff when we take a look at that Bronco. It's super cool, and we got the invite. FASS Motorsports, me, Jake, got the invite. Come out here. That's CJ, the videographer for Panda Motorworks behind me, doing his thing, to come out here, check out the Bronco, ride around, mob a little bit in the desert. We can't break it. We hope not. And so, of course, we're out here. So, FASS Motorsports, of all things, is bringing you a 21 or 22? 21 Bronco SEMA build. Let's check it out. Real quick, before we get up close and personal with this 21 Bronco behind me, you should know something. Not your average Bronco. Now, like I said, our friends at Diode Dynamics, they're involved in this truck. In fact, this is their SEMA booth vehicle, which means it might actually be the brightest Bronco on the planet. So let me show you what I mean. Now, as you can see, the front end of this thing is packed with lights. That's 6 5-inch lights. It's got dual 2-inch lights. That's a 3-inch light right there. It's got dual 3s on the cowl. It's also got another 7 5-inch lights up on the roof. And if that's not enough, it's got 1-inch lights on the bumper on either side, because the rest of this is just not enough. Now, as far as the rest of the build goes, it's got a 3.5-inch rough country lift, Toyo open country tires, and the Kansei wheels. Now, it's a really simple but effective setup that looks really, really good. But what's really cool about this one is it's not out of reach. If you wanted to go and slap a 3.5-inch rough country lift on this, if you wanted to put a bunch of lighting on it, you could build this same Bronco. Most people could build this same Bronco. Now, production issues aside, that's not saying you could actually find a Bronco, but if and when you could, this is probably what a lot of them are gonna look like. So it was really cool to get out here in the desert, because first of all, the desert's just a cool place to be. And second, to take a look at not only a really cool build, but like an attainable build. So shout out to our friends at Panda Motorworks for the invitation. This is cool. Now that's CJ. CJ, say hi to YouTube.
What's up, YouTube?
So he's the professional videographer for Panda Motorworks, the shop that built this. And this is what it takes to get all the cool footage and photos you see of all these SEMA builds, is people out here the week of, in the desert, in the dirt, doing their thing. Now, what's crazy about this, and you can see the Bronco behind me, is it looks like we're in the middle of nowhere. I mean, we could be 500 miles from anywhere, but I think there's actually like a Chick-fil-A like 3 miles that way. Like we're really close to the city. That's just how Vegas is. If you've never been here, the city looks like it goes on forever, but then you drive an extra 2 miles and you're out here like post-apocalyptic style. I'm expecting Mad Max to roll up any second. All right, so now we got to drive the Bronco because they need drone footage. And what do you do when your friends ask you for help? You help your friends. All right, ignore all the water bottles and energy drinks. And don't vlog and drive, kids, but if you're out in the desert, it's fine. All right. Never driven one of these before, so start. Oh, and this one has a custom exhaust and like engine work and stuff too. Don't break the Bronco, Jake. It doesn't want to go into gear. I think I already broke it. All right, status update. We didn't break it. It turns out that CJ was close enough that I could start it, but it still locked it out of drive, so I wasn't able to technically, as far as the Bronco was concerned, steal it. All right, so you can see CJ over there. He's like calibrating the drone and doing all kinds of things. But meanwhile, let's take a look at the Bronco. So it's got a steering wheel, it's got a dashboard, it's got a shift lever and 4-wheel drive thing, and it's really, really nice, and I want one. I'll tell you one thing while we're waiting on CJ to get his drone situated. In riding in it for the first time, and actually I'm about to drive it for the first time, this thing actually feels a lot more like a Hummer, like an H2, without like all the rattles and like a lack of power, no offense, than I expected. I expected it to feel kind of Jeep-like, because obviously the top and doors are easily removable. but it really doesn't. It has almost zero wind noise. Now this one has a little bit of wind noise because it's got, you know, lights everywhere, and that causes some friction in the air. But this thing is remarkably quiet and soft. Oh, I just got the thumbs up. We're gonna drive. All right, ready? Let's go. Why do people let me do these things? I don't understand. All right, so I need to get up to about 15 miles an hour. No, I'm not buckled, and no, I'm not going to be. All right, I need about 15. I doubt I can set the cruise control this low. So we're just gonna cruise it, and it's 14. It's almost too fast. If you've ever paced a drone, this is what it's like. You have to drive at like a really slow speed, really consistently, so that your videographer doesn't get mad at you. There's also a surprising amount of like crap out in the desert. There's like nails and trash and stuff. No offense to Nevada, it's beautiful, but there is a surprising amount of crap out here. So I'm gonna try not to pop one of these brand new Toyos because I love this, but I don't wanna be stuck out here. Now we have to pause for a minute. We gotta wait for CJ to reorient the drone, and then we can go back. I can tell you for the first 30 seconds at 15 miles an hour that I've driven a 2021 Bronco, they're really good. If you need to go 14 miles an hour in the desert, perfect vehicle. Well, so much for the pre-show detail. Anyway, so we just got done with the drone shots, and I don't know if you can tell this on camera, that's brighter than the sun, and I'm not kidding, because when we turned all the 5-inch pods, all the 3-inch pods, 2-inch pods, all the lights, it literally was more blinding to look at this thing head on than it was to look at the sun. You're probably not supposed to do either, but we're car guys, you know, we gotta see what it's like. Unbelievably bright. I would argue that potentially this is the brightest Bronco on the planet. Now, the camera's not gonna do it justice, but I'll try to show you guys what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get some sunset photos here in a sec.
All right, guys, that's about it for the desert. I mean, we've been out here for probably 3 or 4 hours. The sun is setting. It's getting for sure cold. You can see the Bronco behind me doing its thing with the lighting is insane. I'll show you some of that here in a second. But I think next we're headed down to the Las Vegas Strip. More footage, more shots. So like when you see like YouTube videos or like magazine pictures, if anyone watching this reads magazines, or like social media stuff with like SEMA builds, it's a lot of work that goes into this stuff. But hope you guys are enjoying this behind the scenes look. I don't know if you can see me, but we are about to go shoot the final scenes of the Bronco video down on the strip. We've got the lights running all sorts of different colors. They're legal, I promise. But yeah, wrapping up the day. Hopefully we get some cool footage to show you guys, but we're taking the Bronco down to the Las Vegas Strip before SEMA. This is gonna be cool. All right, guys, that's it. Drove down and back on the strip a few times. You can see the Bronco behind me. Did a whole bunch of video. This thing just looks, I mean, come on. So anyway, kind of a different style video than we normally do, getting to go out in Vegas and film a Bronco with a bunch of lights on it. But we figured you guys would like a behind the scenes look at what it takes to set stuff up for SEMA and get media of these incredible trucks and cars. So a big shout out to our friends at Panda Motorworks for the invite, and Dynamics for letting us come out here and film this thing. We hope you guys had a great time watching it, and if you're at SEMA, be sure to say hi, because we will be here all week.